Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to courtneylovegavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. Today in episode 165, we are continuing exploring hijackers of holiday happiness that occur with high achievers, type A's, and perfectionists like ourselves. In this episode, I'm going to tell you about emotional outsourcing in simple human speak. So it won't be anything vague because right now you might be like, CLG, what is emotional outsourcing? I'm going to give you lots of examples of how you can recognize this in your own life and then what you can do now so that your holiday can be stress-free and enjoyable. The way that I see this emotional outsourcing come up, and the way that you can see if this is coming up for you, is when you will have decorated your house, you will have made all of these incredible meals, and maybe you killed yourself at the mall trying to get the perfect presents for everyone. Maybe you even overspent. And all of this effort is coming from the place of you to be happy. I want my family to be happy so that I can be happy. The problem with that is when you do all of that stuff, and then when your people don't react or respond the way that you want, then you're miserable. A question that you want to ask yourself is did you get joy in doing it? Or did you do it so that you can only get joy if they respond the way that you want them to? Even if you think it sounds good to say, I'm doing this because I want to make my children have wonderful Christmas memories. I'm doing this because I want to take care of other people. But then an hour later, what happens is that you're mad because nobody is saying you're doing a good job. You feel underappreciated because no one is saying, you're such a great mom. I love you. That's a perfect gift. You don't feel that your work is being acknowledged. And then you feel resentful and you get upset. It doesn't have anything to do with the other person at that point. It happens because you are outsourcing your emotions. You're saying, I don't trust myself to feel proud, to give myself love, to appreciate myself, to validate myself. And so therefore, I'm putting this on you. This is not a conscious thing that happens. What I'm giving you is we're popping the hood of the car. So we're popping the hood of your perfectionism and we're seeing what's underneath it. You're not actually really doing it for your family or for your kid. It might look like you did, but you're really doing this because you're not making those deposits in yourself to create your own feelings of self-worth. The first step in solving this is to acknowledge that that's what's actually happening. So to quit putting the blame on no one appreciates me, kids are ungrateful, to just not blame anyone else's reaction or response for why you're feeling miserable. Especially as perfectionists, it's mandatory that we make deposits to all of our core 4 pillars every day. And when we're not, what happens is that we do things in order to get people to validate us, to behave a certain way, to respond a certain way, and to appreciate us the way that we want, because we're not doing it for ourselves. It's not your fault if this is you. No one taught us how to do this for ourselves. No one taught me, hey, CLG, there are these 4 core pillars of your life it's on you to be making deposits into them every day. So that way, when I go to withdraw, I have money in my own like personal bank of my well-being. So step one is you really just want to acknowledge what you're doing. It's not because you're trying to make other people happy. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to make yourself happy. And then what you want to do is you want to start questioning, would it be better to learn how to make myself happy or risk the emotional payout that I have to give when other people are not going to behave the way that I want them to? In this example of like getting upset because you're not getting validated, if you make those deposits into your core 4 pillars each day, then you are guaranteeing for yourself you're going to be satisfied. So it doesn't matter how they react or if they say thank you or if they say, oh my goodness, you're like the best mom ever. That doesn't matter. I was coaching a client in the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator yesterday. You can be frustrated with people. You can be upset with people. You can totally think that other people should appreciate you more. That's cool. But over time, you got to ask yourself, do I want to keep paying the price of frustration, anger, disappointment, resentment? Like, is that worth it to you to hang on to? If you're doing these things for other people solely for the benefit of getting those emotions back that you're wanting, like being validated by someone else, the analogy that I gave her, and I'll give it to you too, is it's just like you're playing the slots or you're like betting on ponies. That's what you're doing for your income when it comes to your how you feel and your overall well-being. The reason why you play the game of the core 4 pillars each day when you join the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, because it gives you a solid, repeatable stream of your well-being so you can have prosperity that like you create for yourself. I'm someone where like my love language towards other people is gift giving. There's nothing wrong with wanting to find the perfect gift for someone else, but your pleasure needs to come from the actual search and the giving, not from the reaction of the person that you give it to. A great way to check yourself before you wreck yourself is to ask yourself, what is my intent right now? Is it my intent to love people? Or is my intent for them to like it so I can feel love? I'm going to say that again because it's super important. Is it my intent to love people, or is my intent for them to like it so I can feel love? Because that's two totally different things. This accelerator client I coached, she decided she's not going to do Thanksgiving this year where she's like, I need my dad to show up. I need everyone to thank me. I need. So that I can have a healthy Thanksgiving. Instead, she's deciding, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm filling my own deposits right now, so I'm no longer going to have that deficit within myself by using the tools inside of the accelerator. And she realized that she wants a relaxing day, a peaceful day, and she's creating that for herself. The core 4 pillars to have your perfectionism optimized are your person. So that's your body. There is your inner peace. There is your presence with yourself and in your relationships. And then there is your overall prosperity. A huge piece of managing stress and how we feel like we're in control of our own person when we can actually be present in the moment and have that inner peace and a holiday season filled with prosperity is by optimizing the way that your brain is functioning and making daily deposits into your core 4 pillars, especially the first 2 pillars and the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, like the pillar of your person. Like, are you sleeping? Are you fueling yourself with Ferrari foods each day? You want to do that so that your body can better react when stressors come up. Exercise, especially during the holidays, you need to have that stress release. You need to be able to move so that you can get the stress out and so you can have more dopamine. You want to be making sure that you are getting points on the board so that you can take the best care of yourself as possible, so that your perfectionism is optimized. By you making those daily deposits into your core 4 pillars, that is what is going to give you the ability to make better decisions so that you are actually enjoying your holiday season instead of surviving. Because I don't know about you, but I had an amazing looking holiday season, but I was struggling so much on the inside. I wish the Accelerator would have existed. I knew what I needed to do, but I just couldn't do it. It wasn't until I uncovered what we now call the core 4 pillars, this daily game, that I know now with 100% predictability that no matter what is happening around me, I am at full power, because the core 4 pillar game gives you those daily deposits that's going to drive that foundational strength. If you look at it like a bank account, you cannot make a withdrawal if you don't have your money in the account. Many perfectionists, they will make this massive deposit. Maybe like once a year, they'll like do a spa day, or they'll pick their word of the year. Maybe you go to a weekend retreat focused on like self-love. But in the day-to-day, you're not doing diddly. When we show up randomly and sporadically inside of our relationship with ourselves, it's very difficult to build trust, the foundation of any relationship. That's why we are outsourcing our emotions, because we don't trust ourselves to be able to make ourselves happy. We don't trust ourselves to be able to handle it if someone doesn't like our gift, or if they scoff at the meal that we cooked. If this episode has resonated for you and you want to say goodbye to holiday stress once and for all, and to reconnect with what you really value, you want to be able to take the knowing into doing it so that you have that foundational strength, then I invite you to the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week foundational one-on-one coaching with me where we rewire your perfectionism so that it can be optimized and will set you up for a wonderful holiday season. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in the show notes, and you can also go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator. I will be back tomorrow with more holiday happiness hijackers.